But check this out, another company that was partnered up with him had to say this about him. Quote unquote, he is not someone that will be associated with our brand going forward. This is a big deal because this was a multi-million-dollar deal and he lost it. But hold on, it gets even better. Listen to this. I can't believe Mikey Williams did this. He just continues to dig himself in a deeper hole. You hate to see it. Not only has our boy Mikey Williams lost basketball, and he may lose his freedom, we'll get to that in just a little second, foreshadowing here, he's also lost everything else. And I just hope and pray that my younger audience out there, you can look at this, and heck, even the older audience, you look at this and you try not to repeat these same mistakes, because in life, yes, it's good to learn from your mistakes, but it's even greater and even better to learn from other people's mistakes so you don't even got to make them. It's funny how life works because when things are going good for you, they get better and better and better. And when things are getting worse, they continue to get worse and worse and worse. It's funny how life works because when things are going good for you and you're like, man, it can't get any better than this, it somehow, some way gets better. On the contrary though, when you're at the bottom of the barrel and you're like, man, it can't get any worse than this, and this is happening to Mikey Williams currently, it somehow, some way gets worse. And that's where we're at in this situation. We're going to get into all that. We're not doing no intro, none of that. We're jumping straight into it. The last time we left off with old Mikey Williams here, I believe, he was in court and we reacted to the interview and just everything going on. I'll give you a brief and quick refresher here. Matt, roll some of the clips.
Star Mikey Williams to stand trial on 6 felony gun charges.
The 19-year-old is accused of assault with a firearm and shooting at an occupied vehicle in March outside his home in Hamul.
Andrew, Mikey Williams, who is committed to play at the University of Memphis, faces up to 28 years in prison if convicted on all the current charges. Now, although the deputy DA says that additional charges could be coming, 3 juveniles testified today that Williams threatened them at his home moments before the Tesla they were riding in was hit by gunfire on March 27th. Nobody in the car was hit. One girl testified that Williams told the group, quote, "We better get to stepping or you'll leave with bullet holes." The car did have 2 gunshots to the back of the trunk and then 2 to the back windshield. He also argued that the shooting may have been an act of self-defense. Prosecutors say any self-defense claims were, quote, laughable.
Okay, so there we have it. Where we left off, to make an extremely long story short, he's standing trial, which is not a good thing. And that was the latest of news, and like I said, that came out about 3 weeks ago. Well, here's the newest and new updates on this situation, and this is where it starts to hurt his pockets. You had to figure this was going to happen at one point in time, and it did. Mikey Williams has officially lost his NIL deal with Puma. This is a big deal because this was a multi-million-dollar deal and he lost it. But hold on, it gets even better. Listen to this. I can't believe Mikey Williams did this. He just continues to dig himself in a deeper hole. It's like that one person you know that keeps lying. Just shut up, you're making it worse. So after the hearing they had with the judge, the first hearing I showed you in the video clip, Mikey Williams, you know what he did? He went straight to Instagram. Not even a day after. Not even a freaking day after. But 10 hours after the hearing, here's what Mikey Williams posted. And I'm sure many of you know this by now, and I'll just show it to you to be exact here because I don't want to get any of this wrong. Mikey Williams posted a clip from the hearing with a caption of lyrics from rapper Rilo Rodriguez, quote unquote, "Say the judge and DA messing with his head, just stay afloat." I remember when a bunch of you were sending that to me and tagging me in that post, and I was just shaking my head. I was like, is this guy really that dumb? Mikey, I'm talking to you, man. What are you thinking? Number one, why are you even on social media after all this? You shouldn't be nowhere near it. Number two, you shouldn't even be daring thinking to post on your social media. And number three, you're posting stuff with, I can't believe, you're posting captions that are hinting at you're talking about the judge and DA. There's so many wrongs with this, and just sitting up here trying to explain to you why this is wrong and messed up as to why he would even post this, it makes me feel stupid because I shouldn't have to. Say the judge and DA messing with his head, just stay afloat. Really? Mikey, you do know you want these guys to be on your good side, right? And between me and y'all, everybody watching this video, I don't think the judge and DA would be too happy with seeing that. But hey, that's just me. That's my crazy conspiracy theory. And you know what's going to happen? Ever since then, they're using that quote and phrase against him. Quote unquote, the fact that he chose this specific song and the nature of the song echoes greatly, especially since we're dealing with possible witness intimidation and tampering. I agree, man. I agree. But here's what Mikey Williams' attorney had to say. To be honest, that would mess with anyone's head, which is exactly what he posted. He said that the judge and DA, by way of what just happened in court, were messing with his head and he has to stay afloat. That is all Mr. Williams posted. He did not make any threats to anyone. He did not name anyone. Okay, buddy, but it goes back to this. Why is he posting that? You see what I'm saying? It's just ignorant. The person who set the new trial date had to say this about all of it. I think it's an unwise decision, Mr. Williams, what you did. But I don't think it's a sufficient change of circumstances to warrant increased bail, which the other people were wanting against him. I understand the argument, but I think that it was just a stupid thing that Mr. Williams did. So pretty much in other terms, he got lucky yet again there, he caught a break. But it goes back to this. What if they use that against him? It'd have been another thing where you're just shaking your head like, dude, why are you even putting yourself in that position? Same thing with all of this in the first place. Mikey Williams should be hooping right now. We shouldn't even be talking about this or making this video, but we are. Here's where things get interesting though. McCain, which is Mikey Williams' uncle, but also business manager, was wearing a black Puma tracksuit and hat. Why is this important? Why is this a little ironic and weird? Because Puma dropped him. And here's what McCain, yet again Mikey's uncle slash business manager, had to say. Loyal to the soil, I'm wearing Puma for a reason. They gave the family an opportunity and I appreciate it. There's always a relationship. Let's just say the relationship is not the same due to events, but there will always be a relationship. I did find that interesting though, because normally when a brand drops an athlete, you're not going to see him or his family wearing that brand's clothes because it's almost like a disrespect thing, slap in the face. Rather less though, Mikey's uncle slash business manager is still rocking the gear. Also to go along with that, McCain said that they're putting a hold on other endorsement opportunities. Quote unquote, once the trial is over, we'll address any branding opportunities. We're not seeking any branding opportunities or anything like that. I mean, they still come in. We still have people who are looking to align themselves with him. At this point, it's just smart for us to focus on what's at hand. But check this out. Another company that was partnering up with him had to say this about him. Quote unquote, he is not someone that will be associated with our brand going forward. Yikes. Definitely not something you like to hear. So it's not like Puma's just dropped him, which that is a big time one because that was a multi-million-dollar deal. He's losing others left and right like it's nothing, and these are just the ones we know about. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes, and it'd be hard to believe that many companies are standing behind him on all of this and wanting to partner up. And all this involving Puma and all these brand opportunities he's lost, it should be the least of his concerns. His number one concern obviously should be what's going on with court. And then number two, his other concern should be, okay, getting back on the court and playing at a high level. And then number three, the brand opportunities and like Puma, or not Puma, but just anybody like that, trying to get these brands back. But here's my biggest question with all of this. Why would any brand want to partner up with him after everything that's went down? I don't say that to be mean or rude, but he's a brand risk. Brands don't want to partner up with somebody that could be a detriment to their business. We know this. It doesn't matter if you're averaging 30 points per game. If you have a bad history behind you, brands aren't even going to touch you with a 20-foot pole. It's crazy, man. Him making this one stupid decision to hang out with these people or have them or whatever went down has cost him not just maybe his freedom, which I don't know how that's going to play out, but let's just assume he gets off scot-free. We're talking about best case scenario. They say, you know what? You're innocent, Mikey. You can go back to playing basketball like nothing ever happened. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but still, even at that, he has lost millions, and I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars. That Puma deal was everything. Yeah, he's probably getting some other $20K, $30K deals here and there, but that is chump change compared to the Puma deal. Just with the Puma deal alone, he was in a position to where even if he didn't make the league, and I've already stated this before, he was going to be set for the rest of his life. He was on pace to make probably $20 million. And remember that one interview he had where he was like, oh, I want to be a billionaire. Believe it or not, if he would have just stayed out of trouble and just hooped, he would have been on track to potentially, I'm not saying it would have happened, but maybe one day potentially be a billionaire if he got to the league. But now with all this going on and him losing all these brand deals left and right, he ain't set for life anymore. No way. I hope he saved that money up because here's one thing for sure. It ain't going to be coming in like it once was. And this is a different conversation for a different day. We'll talk about this another time. But now he's at a point where it's like, okay, he's actually got to get to the league. Because I feel like the past couple of years, he was on chill mode. He's like, man, I'm making $1 million a year, and I'm just hooping, having fun, not even really trying too hard. But now, he ain't got all that money coming in, so it's a little different story and ball game. At the end of the day, though, I'm not shocked that Puma dropped him because it's a business decision. It's nothing personal. They got to do what they got to do. I hate it for Mikey, but, you know, you put yourself in the situation. It sucks, man. It's unfortunate because I'm going to make many mistakes. I've already made many mistakes in my life, and I'm going to continue to make many more, but the difference is my mistakes, and even you watching this, your mistakes don't cost you millions of dollars. This one for Mikey did. Just something to think about, I'm curious, so let me know your thoughts down below. But Romany!